Well, you're watching the Fat Bidin Film Club, and I'm assuming I'm Zan Nazli.
And I'm Mahi Ramakrishnan.
And today we're going to watch a documentary by my friend Mahi Ramakrishnan. It's called Bodies for Sale. It's about
The Rohingya.
it's being screened here at where's this place?
Publica, Black Box.
Black Box. And yeah, we're here, and that's how it's going to look like. Yeah, so we're gonna watch it now. We're at the event. It's gonna be screened at, where is this place? Publica.
Publica.
Black Box,
Black
right?
Box.
Yeah. So then we're gonna review it.
Yes.
Okay. Then we're gonna interview her.
Hopefully. Okay, so we spoke to Mahi and watched the film. But we watched the film and we spoke to Mahi.
Yes.
What do you think of the film? It's a short film, by the way.
Yeah, it's like 20 over minutes.
20 minutes.
Not even 30 minutes.
Yeah. It's about the journey from
Myanmar
to
Rakhine State lah,
from Rakhine State,
where the Rohingyas are, all the way to
yeah,
Malaysia.
and how a few different struggles of trying to get to Malaysia, or at least out of
the country lah.
persecution. Yeah.
I mean, because anyhow they get exploited.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already oppressed people. I mean, everybody knows the Rohingya situation.
Yeah.
Oh, we kind of assume that everybody knows
go
lah.
by boat,
Yeah, or by land.
Through
Yeah.
Thailand. So this film, being the length it is, it speaks to a few survivors
And traffickers.
Yeah. And their experience
Transporting these people, trafficking these people.
In the process.
So a lot of exploitation happens.
Yeah.
There's rape, there's abuse,
Yeah.
there's murders, there's death, there's corruption involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for both of us, if I can speak for both of us,
Please speak for
I
me.
think we feel that there's not much why the situation is why it is. Like, why is there persecution in the country? Why is there no political will to force Myanmar to act on this atrocity?
Why is ASEAN keeping quiet?
Yeah.
Why are all the countries in ASEAN keeping quiet?
Yeah.
And in fact, why is the persecution happening in the first place also?
Which is why I said this now.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I think the film is a very highly contextual film, and I think a lot of facts that surrounds the story is assumed to be already known by the audience if you watch the film,
or urges you to find out.
Or urges you to find out, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing about this film. It's very, it's one small glimpse into the thing, but an important one, which is the survivors' experience being told by themselves.
Yeah.
By them. And it's like Mahi was saying, the film itself does not have the directions for you to you can
do this,
go to
do that,
you can donate to these people, or you can get together with these leaders, but it's for you to go and figure out what you're gonna do with your frustration. Because the film is very graphic, just so you know, they actually show pictures of
dead people, bodies, rape happening.
Yeah,
you know.
It's all real stuff. So it's if it doesn't make you uncomfortable,
something's wrong with you.
Yeah, and it makes you question a lot about why things are this way. And it's not isolated to Rohingyas. I mean, like, they're persecuting people persecution based on race, religion, just differences. Is ridiculous lah.
As a film, I would have liked actually to see a story develop a little bit more. Maybe some characters developing a little bit more. It could have been, I think, a longer film.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's a potential to be a longer film.
Yeah.
because right now the story is a lot being told by
Talking heads.
talking heads, yeah. But if there's a following, like if you follow the character,
Yeah, you
for
develop.
some
You
time, yeah,
like, develop it more.
like trying to achieve some kind of economic placing, trying to get by lah.
Yeah. You know,
Over
and it would be nice also to know what has come to them now.
Yeah.
These survivors, these human traffickers, ex-traffickers or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, they've already managed to get out of the country where they were persecuted. How else are they? How are they going about their lives?
Yeah.
You know, are they still being persecuted in a foreign land? I mean, I'm assuming as refugees they are.
Yeah.
Right, and even so in Malaysia, where they're considered illegal immigrants, actually. You know?
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot to be told. Maybe this is, like you say, it's just one aspect.
Yeah, it works as a snapshot, but it also shows that there's a lot that can be done, film storytelling wise.
But that's the thing, lah. It's an issue that's been going on for so long. Nothing much is being told about it
Yeah.
and done. Or
Yeah.
done about.
Yeah. So right now, the film is not being.
I think
It's not readily available.
yeah,
So
I think well, look, what Mahi says is she wants to do the screening circuit first.
Yeah.
You know, after that, then it'll probably be made more widely available, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
so if
I,
you do find out about it, yeah, I mean, like, if you hear about the screening, just
if there are any
go for it
screenings,
lah,
go
yeah.
for it, lah. I mean, it's already going to be screened at the Dhaka International Film Festival, right? And probably in other film festivals as well.
Yeah.
Then slowly it'll be watchable lah by almost everybody.
Yeah.
This has to be one of our most serious reviews.
Yes.
Mahi, congratulations!
Thank you.
Oh, it's really good, really good. I think I saw kind of like a first version which you showed.
Yeah, I did, because it was an unedited. It was not. It is edited, but it was haphazardly put together, kind of thing. And then I was also trying to experiment with how people reacted to the first cut, and I wanted to get a lot of feedback, because I also thought that making a film and telling a story the way I saw it may not necessarily be how the Rohingya see the same thing, because they are the ones with the experience.
Right.
They are the ones going through the experience. I'm looking at it from the outside. So taking into consideration some of the suggestions and recommendations, the film was re-edited and put together.
Did you show it to the Rohingyas?
Yes, it was sent via YouTube link.
Yeah. Which communities did you send it to?
To the people in Selayang, headed by Ustaz Rafiq, and then to SADC's people, and then also to this new organization, a group of boys who have come together to form an organization called Rohingya Peace Institute. So all of them had access to it, so that these are the younger boys and then the older ones, and then a mixture of women, so just to get a better sense of how they saw themselves being narrated.
What were their comments?
This one, they were pretty happy with it. They were quite happy. They understood. Even the women. The women. My God! While the men shy away from watching the 20-second rape clip, the women have no qualms about it, because they are the ones who actually say it's not we who have to be ashamed of what has happened to us. It's those people out there, and this deep sense that the society at large has actually failed them. So they want their story out there, as accurately as possible, exactly the way it's happening.
Yeah, because we're also quite interested in the experience of shooting this, and because it looks like it's a small team, and do you guys actually travel?
Yes, some of the footage I reused back when I was shooting in Burma in the IDP camps. I managed to swing state permission to actually get into the internally displaced people's camps, and they gave me a 3-day permission which ends at 5 o'clock every evening. So I not only went there, but I also got into the Rakhine camps as well, and also to the only available Rohingya settlement, which is not the camp settlement, which is the only strip where the Rohingya live. The rest of them in situ are all in IDP camps actually. So it's called Omingalar. So I went to Omingalar, and I went to 3 different IDP camps out of the 6 or 8, and I also went to the Rakhine Buddhist camp to film it. And then the rest of it were put through with the accounts from survivors here in Malaysia. But the thing is, it was, like you say, the experience was was really emotional. The thing here is that, from the time you step into the media, you become a journalist. What are you told? You're said that there has to be distance. There has to be a distance between you and the subject. You cannot become so emotional. You cannot become drawn into it, sucked into it. Because then you cannot be independent. Then your take will have a sway to it. You'll be partisan, right? But here it was so difficult to listen to women tell me stories over and over about how they were raped and sold repetitively. It was very, very difficult for me to hear it and then to just walk away and say, okay, I'm done, I'm going to make my film. No, so what happened is I sat through not just the stories, but looked at what were their immediate needs, brought aid into the community, brought in medical aid, food aid, and financial aid, and also set up schools through friends. And now looking into setting up the sustainable livelihood program, not just for the Rohingya refugee women, but for all refugee women.
Basically being an activist already.
Yeah, so here, the thing is that am I an activist, am I a filmmaker, am I a journalist? I don't know, but I'm pretty happy the way I am.
Yeah, as long as you can sleep at night, right?
As long as I can sleep at night and I know that I've done justice to the cause.
Because something that came up during the Q&A was how do people take part, and somebody was asking, do you intentionally leave it out of the film of how people can...
What people can actually do, right?
Actually do.
So I get this question all the time, right?
So the objective of the film when you create the film?
Actually, this is to really create an awareness among Malaysians, and more importantly, to portray them as humans, as people who have gone through a horrific journey, who are now amongst us, and we need to lend a supporting hand, not just to the Rohingya refugee, but to all refugees. Because we are a society that gets all scared when we see a Bangladeshi community or a Nepali community or an Indonesian community. We think that they are here to kind of rob us and take away our jobs and all that is brilliant for us, which is all our entitlement. But I wanted Malaysians to be able to see beyond that, to see them as human beings who hold on to such courage, determination and hope. It's that hope that actually gets them to jump onto the boats, knowing what's going to happen to them, because they do not have the money, right. And they know what happens to other refugees who have already left way before them. But it's that hope that tomorrow is going to be better. It's that hope that they need to build a future for themselves and their children. So I would like Malaysians to see that as well. Now, when it comes to participating, I'm hoping that there'll be more people who will actually not just rely on state assembly person or their Menteri Besar or their MP or their minister to do something. I always believe that you and I can do way better, than a group of politicians, even though, yes, we do need effective engagement with them. So I'm hoping that communities can organize themselves, come together and do something towards looking into the issue and lobbying respective political representatives right up to the ASEAN level, and not just, obviously medical aid and other aid is important so that they can live and survive. But for Malaysians to look at it and to think for themselves, to further their discourse and engagement and discussions with others amongst the Malaysian community, to be able to do something.
Oh, okay.
Have I moved so much? Sorry.
I think so.
Just got so excited and kind of moved out of the frame.
Okay, but I think. Do you have anything else?
How long did it take to make this film?
1.5 years, because couldn't just go in and listen to the story and come out, like I said. So, had to stop and do whatever it is that's needed. Had to do it's like journalism / activism / filmmaking / journalism / activism / filmmaking. So that kind of took a lot of time. But, it's not easy for us to come out and tell what has happened to us, those intimate details to another person. But I'm just really humbled that, a group of people who do not know me can actually open up to their horrific experiences of sexual abuse and physical abuse, something which has literally torn them apart, torn their families apart, that they actually trust us and tell us their stories. And I'm really hoping that today's screening is the first step towards me engaging effectively with different communities in Malaysia. And we do hope to take the film to Southeast Asia, different parts of Europe, the US, and I really want to take the film back to Yangon.
They should.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Thank
you very much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. It's really.
Congratulations, yeah.
Thank you.
We saw this on Facebook a long time. We wanted to come
Yeah,
already.
Thank you.
Can did it.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Mahi.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
if you like this review, share it with everybody you know. Alright? If you don't like it, share it with everybody you know anyway. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Fat Bidin, or go to fatbidin.com to get everything. So, you've been watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club, and I'm assuming I'm Zan Nazli.
And I am Aizil Azli.
Okay lah.
Okay.